Today I received a question from Debbie, a 27-year-old wife and mother of four. She has been having some suspicion for a while about her husband's fidelity in the relationship. The backstory is she and her husband Brian have been married for 8 years, almost right out of high school, and things have been good up until this point. But lately he has been coming in late or not at all and making up excuses such as I'm working late, I have to go out of town for work, or my car broke down. Just about anything else he could think of. She also said that he had been getting new haircuts more often and bought some new clothes. He even changed his cologne he had been wearing since they met. Should she be concerned? I told Debbie that I would share with her from experience 20 ways to tell if her husband is cheating on her. So here we go. Number 1, he starts coming home late from work more often. This is a very obvious way to tell if your husband is cheating. He starts coming home at different hours. This usually indicates that there is another woman, habit, or a hobby involved. Although he could just be working late. So we need to test his story. If your husband comes home late, then it is your job to start paying close attention to things such as how often is he coming in late, what are the days of the week, and how late is he coming in. You need to check for patterns and frequency. You must also be inquisitive. Ask him about his day. Get as many details as possible and write them down. Of course, don't let him see you do this. Continue to do this every time he comes in late. Also, take note of whether he has had dinner or alcohol while he was out. If he has to go out of town, call him at odd hours and see if he answers. And if he does, observe his tone and the usual duration of the call. And also FaceTime him, Skype, or Facebook video conference him if possible. That way you can see his surroundings. Number 2, he doesn't answer the phone when you call. See, cheating guys usually do not answer the phone for obvious reason. And if they do, the call is brief. They always have to call you back. If you call him and he never answers, then when he does call you back, pay attention to his tone and listen for any background noises. Usually cheating guys will run to the bathroom or outside to call you when they are out with the other woman. So if he tries to rush you off the phone all the time, then this is a huge red flag. Number 3, he has to go out of town for work or out with friends, usually on the weekends. This is self-explanatory. Usually when someone has to go away for work, it's not always on the weekends. This is unusual, though it does happen. Most times companies will send their employees away during the week, normal business hours, so they can do business. They don't send them away on the weekend. So if your husband constantly has to go away for work on the weekends, you need to watch him. Also pay attention to whether or not he calls you during the time he's away for work on the weekends. Also, when he does call you, pay attention to how long he's willing to stay on the phone with you. Number 4, he comes home smelling like soap or extra cologne. While the extra cologne could just be a way for him to freshen up during the day, which is fine, if he comes home smelling like soap, something's up. Ladies, do you really need to hear me say it? If your man comes home from work smelling like he just had a shower, then you have your answers. Yes, he is cheating. Move on. Number 5, he gets in the shower as soon as he gets home. If this pattern is new and unusual, Then watch him. Pay close attention to his new routine. For instance, is he showering every day as soon as he gets home? Or is it only on days he was supposedly working late? If it is the latter, then it's time to confront and move on. Number 6. He starts caring more about his clothes and appearance. Now, it's fine for us as humans to decide that we want to level up, especially seeing that we live in a level up society at the moment, or a level up culture. But if your guy all of a sudden starts dressing better, watch out, this could be a red flag. He either has someone on the hook or he's looking to meet someone new. Sure, he could have decided to upgrade, which is fine, but usually he has the influence of someone or something. It could be as innocent as new career goals, new friends, new goals in general. So this is one you need to do some more digging to discover. Number 7, he starts working out more. This could mean that he just cares more about his health, or it could be a sign. This should not be considered in isolation, and other signs should be considered before forming judgment. My advice here is to watch him, watch him, watch him. Number 8, he starts mistreating you. If a man starts frequently mistreating you or putting you down, this is usually a sign that he's losing interest or respect for you. Pay close attention to this sign, as the treatment usually gets worse over time. If your partner starts making a habit of dishing out insults, threats, or disregards your feelings, then it is time to have a talk with him about his behavior, as it will only get worse. Number 9, he starts comparing you to other girls. This is a relationship deal breaker. Your partner shouldn't be comparing you to other women in a negative way. If your man starts doing this, ask him to stop, and if he doesn't, then consider your options. Being compared negatively to other women could be damaging to your self-esteem. Number 10, he starts criticizing your looks. Weight, hair, appearance, whatever. If your man all of a sudden starts criticizing your looks, then you should want to know why. Either you are letting yourself go and he notices, or he's comparing you to another woman. Either way, this is unacceptable. You need to take inventory of yourself and see if you are letting yourself slide physically. Remember, men are visual creatures, so it is important that you keep yourself up and keep yourself looking good. They need to have you as eye candy too, right? So you need to keep that look going. Number 11, he starts criticizing your personality. This is another sign that he is now comparing you to another woman. If your personality was just fine in the beginning and now all of a sudden it is an issue, then he could be comparing you to another woman in his life, or the woman he feels he deserves. This could also mean that you've changed. So again, self-reflection is important here. A man should not be criticizing your personality, because if he loved it in the beginning, then he should love it now. I'm not saying that a man cannot give you honest feedback about things that you could be working on in your own personal growth, but he shouldn't be picking at everything and disliking major factors of your personality. This is huge and it's a red flag, so pay attention. Number 12, he starts doing things different. He starts doing different things in the bedroom or asking for different things. If he all of a sudden has an issue with your technique or bedroom style, then he might be exploring someone else's. Also, if he is constantly trying to push your sexual boundaries, you might want to confront this head on. Enough said. He starts fights with you as a way to leave the house for a night or weekend. Ladies, come on, this one is obvious. We've all been in relationships where our boyfriend or husband started a fight for no apparent reason. You could have moved the spoon and they didn't like it, so they start this huge blowout as a way to be rid of you for hours or even days. So cheating men do this for obvious reason. It gives them uninterrupted time away from you and with their new love interest. So if your man does this once, it could mean that he's stressed out from work, right? We all have things that we bottle up and sometimes they explode. But if he does this over and over again and you notice a pattern, then you have your answer. He's trying to get away from you. Number 14, he breaks up with you abruptly. When a man breaks up with you abruptly, it's usually because he has found someone else or he's interested in someone else. Most men don't just break up with their partner out of nowhere and for no good reason. So if you have had no warning signs in the past, if he hasn't complained about anything in the past, and all of a sudden he just breaks up with you, it could mean he's going through a midlife crisis where he's afraid, he feels trapped, or it could mean that he has his eyes on someone else. So talk to him. And if he breaks up with you abruptly, just let him go and don't take him back. Don't let your man go out and explore someone else and then come back to you. It's a no-no. Number 15, he locks or hides his phone. If he locks his phone and you don't know the code, this seemingly innocent act could be a sign of deceit. Pay close attention and look for more warning signs before coming to a conclusion. He could just be a private guy, right? Protecting his private, sensitive material. Number 16, he keeps his phone volume on silent and phone screen face down. This is a red flag. This is a sure sign that he doesn't want you to see who is calling. Run! Number 17. He has a new female friend in his life. This could be innocent, but pay attention. If he doesn't want you to meet her or she doesn't know about you, then it is safe to say his agenda with his new female friend might be one that you wouldn't approve. Number 18. He starts talking about another female from work or another social setting. And not just mentioning her once, but he mentions her repeatedly. This new female could be a friend of a friend or someone he works with. If he starts talking about a female more than normal, pay attention to his words and demeanor. You will be able to pick up signs on how he feels about her and how close they really are and the true nature of their relationship. You will also be able to tell whether or not your guy wants more with this female or if it is indeed innocent. Either way, watch him like a hawk. Number 19. Your relationship's sex pattern changed. He stops having sex with you altogether or your frequency has decreased significantly. Now, I'm not saying if you usually have sex 4 times a week and it goes down to 3, do not be alarmed. This could be normal, especially as a guy grows older, he might want to have sex less often. As we all know, in the beginning of a relationship, it's hot, hot, hot. You have sex with this guy every time you see him, which could be whenever you see him, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, it doesn't matter, right? But as time goes on and it's been 20 years deep, then your frequency might go down a little bit after that to 4 days a week, 3 days a week, even twice a week for some people. So it's not a red flag if this is normal, but if you were having sex with this guy 4 days a week and now you're having sex with him once a month, then pay attention because he could be having sex with someone else or he could find you undesirable. Something could have changed in your looks. You could have gained weight. He just doesn't find you attractive anymore. So this is why we need open, honest relationships where we can address our concern with a partner without him freaking out. So I would watch this. If it's just 1 month where the pattern changed, maybe everyone's all stressed out, he's tired, he has new challenges and he has no energy. But if over time he is just not having sex with you, then this means there is trouble in your relationship, because sex is a very important and vital part of a healthy relationship. So pay attention to that, sweetie. Number 20, you can't drop by his apartment unannounced. Guys who do not like when their girlfriends stop by unannounced are usually hiding something. Don't be fooled. This means he is still dating other people and he does not want you cramping his style, or he doesn't want you finding out. Or it could mean that he's just dating you, looking for someone else, or he doesn't want more than just a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with you. If you have been dating this guy for some time, I'm saying 3 months, 6 months, then you should, if you have the girlfriend title, you should be free to drop by his house unannounced. So that's my 20. If you believe your partner is cheating on you, be honest with him and yourself and confront him. Ask him and listen carefully to the answers. By listening intently, you will be able to tell if he's lying to you. Also, watch his body language for clues. You could also check his phone, social media, and emails, etc. Usually guys will leave evidence of their infidelity somewhere in their house, car, phone, etc. Keep your eyes open and do not ignore the signs. Good luck, Debbie.